diary vlog of my March creative work. I'm going to be working on 3 projects so far this month, so I'll be talking through what those process looks like and how I'm working through those projects. My first one is to prep my office / art studio for a repaint. I'm working on a design and Procreate to figure out exactly what I want to paint. So I'm planning out my room for all the paint, and I found this chalkboard paint that is bright colors, and I'm really into this, right? So I was going to do a wavy chalkboard section here on this wall. Right now I am kind of stuck on this bright purple, and I think that's going to be really beautiful. I'm going to put an LED sign up here that says like inspire or create. It's just going to be awesome. But one thing that I'm investigating this weekend is I also found this chalkboard paint that is magnetic. How cool is that? So that way I could put all of my magnetic little clips with my art pieces and things that I'm working on, because this is a space I want to be able to write my creative goals for the week and things that I'm working on up here. So I want to do that. So if they have the bright colored in the magnetic paint, I will buy bright colored in the magnetic chalkboard paint. If they do not have the chalkboard magnetic colorful paint, then I'm just going to do the colorful chalkboard paint. And then I do have these string-like magnetic pieces, and that's where this tape is. That's the length of it, that I will just hang that up and then put my art there and then do my weekly creative checklist here. So pretty excited about this investigation. Hopefully I find some magnetic chalkboard bright colored paint, but if not, I'm definitely going to do the chalkboard paint. I also want to be able to draw on the bottom of this down here and let my son draw on the bottom of that too, and just have a creative like space to draw on the walls. I love that. I'm really liking this newer design. It has larger shapes, and I'm really excited about the chalkboard paint that I'm going to be putting on the bottom part of the wall. The other thing that I'm working on this month, which I don't really feel like I've done a lot, as much as I've wanted to, is I am working on my next pitch submission for a middle grade graphic novel around depression. I need to finish the majority. I need to just finish some of my chapter summaries, which is writing, and I feel like I do better, my mind is set for writing when it's during the day. And since I work a full-time job during the day, at night, after the busyness of night and dinner and bedtime routines and all that stuff, like it's usually 8 o'clock and I'm just already drained mentally. And so I don't have a lot of cognitive refresh to write. That's where I tend to do, okay, I'll draw or color a page, right? Because I can kind of do that while I'm watching TV and kind of relax. So usually writing is when I take PTO off of work so I can write during the day. I go to the library and write and spend some time doing that there during the day, or if I can get up super early for some reason, I can write then. So I'm a little behind in my writing, but I am hopefully going to spend some time over the weekend to do some catching up on my writing. And this is kind of some of my character designs that I've been working on for the book, as well as some page samples that I've been working on. I need to do just a couple more page samples for the book. I want to do some pages with some of the other characters and their interactions. So I'll probably put the 2 next pages I want to draw for sample pages for my next month's to-do list, but I need to finish those chapter summaries. I only have two chapter summaries to finish. It's not that hard, but for some reason it is the hardest thing for me to finish. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I have my script is like a lot, and so I've been rereading my script and thinking how I can better summarize it in a chapter summary to really get the points across. But I have the last 2 chapter summaries to write. It really shouldn't be this hard, but here I am. So I'll keep you updated on that and how that progress goes. So My Friend the Robot Alien is a book, or a book idea. My Friend the Robot Alien. that got me my first literary agent. I signed on with my first literary agent last year, and this book idea went on submission. It is going off submission with no success with getting any interest from a publisher, which is disappointing, but honestly not that surprising, as I feel like sci-fi, because it is sci-fi, I feel like sci-fi is a lot harder to get traditionally published, which is why, like, yes, it sucks, you know, that it didn't get picked up, but I still really believe in it. I love young, fun sci-fi things. One of the, you know, my greatest inspirations was like Invader Zim, and, you know, I just really like sci-fi, and I think it goes underrepresented. And I still want to explore this idea. I love it, and I want to continue doing it. Also, I have drawn like almost 90 pages completed of it, so it feels really wasteful to just throw it away because we didn't get success from a traditional publisher. So I'm going to be self-publishing it myself this summer. So I'm going to kind of show you what I've been working on this month for it. So usually when I work on a book idea, I have it all over the place. So I have Google Docs that I'm writing. I've got my Procreate files. I have random sketches that I have on paper or notebooks that I've written ideas on. And then they just kind of, they're so loose and they kind of just get thrown into a pile. Like, okay, this stack right there is my pile of just random pages that I just randomly draw things. So I kind of got a good idea to go get some sketchbooks. So I got these from 5 and Below because I really like the funky colors. It's just, they're fun. I don't really care about the paper quality on them because I'm technically not drawing in them. Basically what I'm using these for is to grab all of those different formats and basically create a journal around the process of this story idea. So that way, when I want to reference something or when I want to see where I've come from or developed on the story, I can do that a lot easier. So I basically, you know, all my random printouts, and I think I did this in gouache. So gouache and ink, all these little sketches and, you know, my postcards that I made for advertising, you know, how I got my first agent with this book idea. I want to remember all those good things about these book ideas that I have. So that's what I've been doing. I have been putting it, you know, this I did in ink, just like an idea for one of the panels from a page. This is actually a page I've done in Procreate, and this is some of my early sketches and inks for that page. So I wanted to collect it all. So I put it in here. I've been finding this really helpful and just like fun to kind of see my ideas. They're easy to reference. I know where they're at, and I can continue making ideas on. I'm currently looking at a new title for it. I got some feedback that like my title may be just too generic, which is kind of sad because I like it. So I'm working on that to see if I want to change it or not. Also, my son has drawn a bunch of aliens in it. He's invested in this story as well. So he also added his own title, A, B, C, D, E. So that's a contender. I've got a lot of different title ideas. I've got like my character designs I'm getting ready to put in that I've done in Procreate. So these are really great way for me to organize my thoughts. And so since I was like, okay, it's going off submission, I need to basically look through it and edit it and get it ready for this summer. I have my first Comic-Con in June, and that's where I plan on printing off this first volume of these books and getting it out there. It's going to be over like 100-page graphic novel, spanning between chapters 1 and 8 of this series. So I'm going to be working on that. So I need to keep my thoughts together and organized as I am making adjustments, edits, all of those type of things. So the last couple of pages that I've been working on this month for this project are these.
I need to finalize the colors, make my little details, my lighting. I need to finish coloring this one. This is what my rough sketch looks like. It looks like chicken scratch. But all I'm trying to get is just the idea on the movement and like kind of like the layout and the action. And then I start like doing another layer of sketching on top of that that's more defined. Then I start inking, then I start coloring. Also, some nights I'm in the mood for drawing, some nights I'm in the mood for coloring. So how I start out a lot of my pages is I will post the text. Like I'll have a blank page and I'll post the text of what I want to happen on this page. That's where I start. As you can see here, I have so many pages done in this series. I'm glad that I just kind of started doing it on my own and have a lot done on it already. But that's what I'm going to be working on for this project specifically. My Friend the Robot Alien, title pending.
Usually I will be drawing in a variety of different places. This is one of the reasons why an iPad won me over. I used to have a giant Cintiq tablet and it stuck me to my art desk, and after having a kid I needed to be able to draw wherever in dark spaces while I'm putting a baby to sleep, so my iPad has been my best friend. I draw a lot on the couch while I'm watching bad reality TV. Yes, let's be honest. I need something that I don't have to be watching, that I can mostly listen to, so that tends to be a lot of dating reality TV. And so I will draw that way. Sometimes if I have the rare occasion where I'm drawing during daylight time on the weekend, which doesn't really happen a lot, I will open my window and get some natural light in. I do like to keep my time-lapse video. So here's a time-lapse video of one of the pages that I drew. I usually, when I'm planning out a page, I will plop in that text, which is why you saw that giant paragraph in the beginning about what I want to happen on this page. And then I'll sketch it out. Once I have the layout all sketched out and I'm happy with that, then I will add in my inks and go through that, and then I will color it. What I did find is, what was really annoying about this page was it had a lot of the acorns. So what I did is I drew the acorns, and then I was able to copy those from panel to panel and then add to it or remove parts of the acorns, so I didn't have to draw the acorns over and over and over again. So a little helpful tip on that. I also do sometimes make stamps of certain things like bushes or some of those elements that I'm going to be using a lot. I'll create a lot of variation in my stamps, so that way I can kind of speed up my process and then tweak it or make adjustments when I'm kind of in my finalization stage. So those are all the projects that I have been working on in the month of March. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. See you next month.